Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to put the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to Playtime. We got your 6 at 6. Now here's your host, Shad Turner of Veterans Unite Podcast and the People's Patriot Project. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Hey, happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to our Easter edition of We Got Your 6 at 6. I'm Shad Turner with Veterans Unite Podcast, and we've got Mark Peterson and Andrea Eichmann with the People's Patriot Project, and this is our Easter edition. As you can see, I am not at a house. I am up here in beautiful Petroleum, Indiana, which is where my mom lives. So we did a road trip to see her and bring the little one up so grandma can meet her grandchild. And so that's what we've got going on for today's show. But as always, you know what we've got to do before we really get into it today, and that is do the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you can stand, please do. If you're wearing a hat, please take it off, and let's get ready to do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
Oh.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Absolutely awesome.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter.
Happy
I hope everyone
Easter,
got a
guys.
chance to spend time with their family and just enjoy their families. And it's one of the reasons why we didn't go out there and bang the doors a lot to find a guest and or a musician. We wanted them to spend their days with their family, but at the same time, we wanted to send the message that we are always there for our veterans and first responders. We are always here. I am going to say thank you to all of the panel that's on today and the commitment that you've put towards the People's Patriot Project and making sure that we're live and going every weekend. We've got an amazing group of people that's doing that with Shad and Andrea and Tammy and even Scotty with us here today. And so thank you guys, everyone, for showing up and being here for today's episode.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Where else would we be? I had my Easter yesterday, so I'm quite excited at how full my house gets with my kids and their kids and my parents. It was pretty fun. We flew kites.
Their kids. their kids, aka the grandbabies. Come on now.
My kids. Come on.
If you say their kids, you're not a grandma.
Yeah, right. It's their kids. Their kids, but
Well, it's
seriously
their
were
kids
busy.
until something gets broke.
Yeah, well,
Or
yeah.
no, it's the grandkids until something gets broke. Then it's their kids.
Then it's their kids. They did a good job, not breaking. Nobody got hurt. Kites, bubbles, kickball, dogs. You would chase dogs a little bit. I don't know. What'd you guys have? Because I had ham and turkey.
Oh.
What do you guys have for Easter?
Well, mine was a little bit different. I'm down at just outside of Fort Riley in Manhattan. Actually, I'm in the town of Riley, right off Tuttle Creek. Happy Easter, Mr. Jones. Great. Thank you for joining us. Right off, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's not going to focus in very well, I guess. But right off Tuttle Creek Reservoir, about 5 miles north that way, and that's north for me, is the property that we're looking at purchasing for the People's Patriot Project for having our project, America's Heartland. So Chloe down in Georgia is having steak sandwiches, and that's ironic. We bought the 11-pound rib roast and fed a bunch of the fisters from Fort Riley. We had a whole house full of people here today. We had steak, scallops, shrimp, and even some venison tenderloins. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, wow.
I love me some deer.
Mm-hmm.
How about
And
you,
then,
Tammy?
Well, Mom made a ham. My sister made some potatoes. I made some pistachio salad, and it was delicious.
I love it.
Pistachio salad. My mom used to
Oh, my-
always have that.
That's my favorite.
I have never heard of it.
It's marshmallows, pistachio pudding, and Cool Whip, and pineapple.
Ooh.
That's a new
So
one.
help me understand pistachio pudding, because what about the pudding is pistachio other than it's kind of green, but it doesn't taste like nuts.
I don't know. I just like the greenness.
Okay, fair enough. Why don't you have it on St. Patty's Day?
Well, because everybody would have it then.
Oh,
You got to have
Yeah.
it other times.
okay.
I was thinking there was tapioca. Is there tapioca pudding in there?
No, not that I put in there.
No? Okay. That must have been another evil one my mom made us have when we were younger. Those salads.
Mr. Solberg, good to have you on here and joining us today. Happy Easter to you, brother. There might be a slight chance that my computer dies. I'm just going to say that. But if it does, I'll try and jump on with my phone again. Just give everyone's a heads up. Sexy Scotty Sexton, what are you having down in your part of the country?
Well, we don't make a huge crazy meal, but we are eating, I think chicken parmesan is what she's making.
Oh, delish.
Mhm.
No.
My wife,
Nice.
we started doing those Hello Fresh meals, so it all comes, everything that you need. Just a Hello Fresh meal.
Hello Fresh.
If Hello Fresh can hit me up, free advertising.
Some
There you go.
big. Did you get your 9 or 12 or however many free meals when you signed up? Because I keep getting that coupon.
Yes, we got a whole week's worth of free meals.
Nice. Nice. I haven't signed up, but I see the coupon every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Oh,
time,
they're
Chad.
relentless with sending emails.
Oh, yeah, they are. They are. There's another like blue plate one or something. A
Mhm.
teacher I worked with 6 years ago sent me an email, and I still get, you haven't used your coupon with Blue Plate yet. And I'm like, okay, I'm probably not going to, but thank you for the constant reminders. No, those HelloFresh meals are good though, and they make it easy, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to say my wife isn't a good cook, but these HelloFresh meals has stepped it up a few notches.
Oh,
Because
ow.
everything's there and it's all measured out and everything. She'll even tell you that.
And it's
Wow.
sometimes stuff that you wouldn't normally use, right? Because
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking is I'm a meat and potatoes, and so I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't use otherwise. Awesome. I was going to jump into what's the good, but I think I'll do the reminders first. Just anyone who's out there watching, we do this in support of military and first responders. And let me just tell you, our military and our first responders, three major pieces. They're willing to serve, and they're always serving. They make sacrifices. That's part of the always serving. And they represent us around the world, not just here in our communities, not just in the United States, not just where there's a war happening, but all over the world. We have military and first responders helping us out. So please, I saw the nicest post today about keeping the military in our prayers and thinking about them while we're eating our Easter meals. I'm sure some of them probably get pretty close to a home cooked Easter meal, but probably not all of them. And then we do this live podcast, those of you out there that don't know, to create awareness for the vast needs of our veterans and our first responders and what they deal with daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and to create a network of organizations. Scotty, Shad, we got you guys. Adam is out there somewhere, Adam Jones. But we create that network with other groups that are proactive and boots on the ground with the mission of supporting all those who have served. And we do this podcast to help create the resources and the networks that will accommodate the unique financial needs to complete this very complex mission of support. We're going to talk about some of those complex financial things that happen. We got one cool thing going. Is today the 5th? 4th? Today's the 4th. So tomorrow, you guys keep this in mind. Tomorrow is Gold Star Spouses Day. So we do make, we honor our fallen heroes, and we do make a big deal out of the Gold Star families. Tomorrow, we focus on the Gold Star spouse. So if you have anyone in your network who is the spouse of someone who has given their all, please be sure to keep them in mind. Maybe reach out to them, just check on them and see how they're doing. So I wanted to get that out of the way because that's kind of our tidbits. And I don't know if any of you who I sent this little list to had a chance to look it over, Shad and Mark. So Scotty and Tammy, I'm going to start sharing this with you because I'm pretty sure you guys will look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
a job.
With the Gold Star family. And as we're sitting there looking over some of the, I don't know the right word, remains, but the patches and the things that were given by other service members and honor them to this service member. And this isn't a spouse. This was a father. He looked at me and he said, "Here's the award no family ever wants to get." And he showed me his Gold Star pen. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's not the goal.
No.
Or the end all. So tomorrow, keep them in your prayers. Don't forget Chloe. Don't forget Chloe. I am so sorry, Chloe. Of course you're here with us. Thank you again, Chloe, for being here. Oh shoot, I don't know which one of us we were talking when Lance put that in. The yummy. I don't know. Do you guys have anything on your minds? I meant to say that in the note I sent out earlier. If you have something on your mind, now would be a good time to share it. Actually, I do have, speaking of the Gold Star, well, no, it doesn't really, it's not really Gold Star. I was looking back over our music guests because we don't have a music guest tonight. And I can't pick a favorite. Maybe you guys think about who you liked. There's not a favorite out there that I can say was my absolute favorite, but I do have a lot that I loved them all. So there we go.
It is
I do.
amazing the guests we've had over the last year. I mean, because we've been doing this for a year, and the guests and our musical guests, our musicians who have come on, have been absolutely amazing. And they've always come just. I mean, they're almost more humble than we are, which I don't get that piece because they're the one with the talent and the craft, and they come on and they have done an amazing. And then we turned around and we did our Tuesday event in December, Giving Tuesday, and we had 17 artists come on board and say, yes, we're doing this for you guys. And we had a whole evening, 2 hours straight of music from musicians all over the country that are all veterans and first responders. I got Holy Ghost bumps just because of what we've had on. I mean, I hate to start listing names because there's not one that was on that I'm like, gosh, I wish we wouldn't have pulled that person on here. And I don't want to leave anyone out. They're that awesome. And I know that they're going to do amazing things. We will drop some names here along the way. I will probably even play. Are we playing a couple songs tonight too?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I pulled one up if you guys don't care.
BJ Leggett, Dom Kurz, The Real Doug Lane, Jen Ford, Topher, oh my gosh, just Brandon Mills, amazing artists. And I'm not leaving anyone out on purpose. I'm just like doing this from the top of my head. I don't have show notes in front of me tonight.
No, you're doing great. Let me say, how about D-Rock, Soldier Hard, Kim Donette Band, Luna Muerta, Brandon Mills, Stephen John,
holy cow.
Dave Bray, USA, and many more. Those are just the ones that I found. I'd like to play one real quick, just since I was, while I was taking a trip down memory lane, I just want to do a shout out for this guy because we need to keep saying his name.
Brother, I want to say thank you for all you do. This song's for you. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
I was 18 when I left it all behind. Traded in my teenage years, fight for what was right, left here a boy, came back a man. Took my Bible and I said a prayer each day. Trusted in God, He'd help show me the way, and I gave Him my heart to protect this blessed land. And I still can't get the evil that I seen out of my head. I still wrestle with those demons that won't let me forget. I see the bombs and hear the screams, can't find a way out of the dreams that haunt my mind. And I'm home, but it ain't over. Such is a day, the life of a soldier. Oh, say, can you see the tear rolls down my face as they lay a folded flag. Well, brothers rest in place. I can't help but wonder why him and not me. Sometimes it don't seem fair to me. I still can't get the evil that I seen out of my head. I still wrestle with those demons, won't let me forget to see the bombs and hear the screams. Can't find a way out of the dreams that haunt my mind. Now I'm home, but it ain't over. Such is the day, the life of a soldier. It's a sacrifice that most can't comprehend. If it means you keep your freedom, do it all again. I still can't get the evil that I seen out of my head. I still wrestle with those demons, won't let me forget to see the bombs and hear the screams. Can't find a way out of the dreams that haunt my mind. Now I'm home, but it ain't over. Yes, such is the day, life of a soldier. Such is the day, life of a soldier.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Beautiful.
Rest in peace, Brother Kazan. Lost him in the latter part of February, and he was. I followed him. I mean, unfortunately, after the fact, and just so many people down in Nashville saying he was up and coming, and the next star. Don Ricks brought Brother Kazan to us, and our heart goes out to him and his family. Well. And so, thanks for bringing that one up, Andrea. That's a good one to have.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I had the chance to meet the man and the voice behind the words. And so,
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, interesting thing about that song. When I processed that episode not that long ago, and to be released as a podcast, and I remember I listened to his talk up on that song. And I don't know if you guys remember, but yeah, the veteran guy that was in that video was at, I believe he said a Vietnam veteran. And the tears that you see the guy shedding in that video were actual tears because they were having something. I want to say they're having a conversation, and the guy was just telling him his stories, and they had a video camera rolling, and as he's telling his stories, the tears were just coming down. So that was just part of that video. You know, they just made it part of it, and it just, you know, made it that much more I don't want to say heart touching, but that's kind of what it is, of an effect, you know.
Very much.
And if you go to, what is it, James Kazad Music, I think is his Facebook page, or even his YouTube. I know they've actually released a couple more of his songs after the fact. And yeah, he had a huge impact on everyone's lives that he touched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a good guy through and through.
Yep.
Well, I
we'd
also love his song.
we'd had
So.
a conversation. We
Go
had
ahead.
had a conversation before his passing because we're getting ready to run a program through the People's Patriot Project called Pints for Patriots, and it's a it's a fundraiser. I'm sure Andrea has a whole line of stuff that she wants to share about that here in a bit. But I wanted to use the scene of that video at the beginning of some of our promotional, and he gave me permission. I don't know if I feel right about that permission anymore, but again, our hearts go out to James Kazad's family, and again, it's good to know the person behind the voice and the words. So,
Yep.
Very much so. Very much so. Hi, Brian. I
Hi,
asked Brian to
Brian.
come in, and then I didn't know if I could let him in while the song was playing because I'm kind of new to the controls. How are things going down there, Brian?
We are overly blessed. The Disabled American Veterans of Jackson County, Illinois, has made a donation that lets us start Upbeat Insurance on Bob Rush. Praise God.
Excellent, man.
awesome.
Very nice.
Awesome,
Big
brother.
step.
Yeah, big steps, big steps.
To let Brian Gibson is here.
Oh, I bet Mark just touched the wrong button.
Oh,
He's trying to run through his phone, so or it died. I don't know what he was going to ask, but
StreamYard
Scotty, you
pulls a lot of battery.
yeah, it does.
yes.
Huge.
Yes.
That's why I'm sitting in my car right now, because that's just where I've got my charger at. Oh, that, and it's the quietest place out here because here, let me do this real quick. This is what I'm looking out at right now. It's just
He's upside down.
to the end of my mom's property, and then it's just a cornfield, or what will eventually be a cornfield. And that's it. I mean,
Beautiful.
this is like a town of maybe 30 people.
Petroleum, and the name is Petroleum.
Yep.
I love
Yeah,
it.
and there's no gas station, by the way, but it's named Petroleum.
That makes
That's
sense.
awesome.
It's all about the jelly.
I'm telling you.
Well,
No dry skin. No dry skin down there.
hopefully, Brother Shaz is going to make that nice little
Yes.
southern thing, and we will see him tomorrow afternoon.
I can't promise what time I'm leaving because I've tried to do that since we started this trip, and
Doesn't work.
I love my wife, but she is not the most on-time person about getting going in the mornings. So I'm thinking, if I'm lucky, we'll be out of here by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And it's supposed to be about a 6 hour, 45-minute trip. I promise you it will be at least 7 to 8.
Oh, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure. Bathroom breaks and all this stuff.
You got to take care of the baby too. She's got to have diaper changes. She needs fed.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's the most important
Is that why you're in
passenger.
the car doing the show, Shad?
What's that?
So she can't. Is that why you're in the car so she can't hear you throwing her under the bus?
You know me too well, Mark. Now I figured this would be the best place. That way, you know, they can keep watching TV in the house, and I'm not bugging anybody. And
the phone is charging.
And I've got my phone hooked up to the car charging. So yeah.
Good.
Okay, so Mark, what were you going to say before you hit the wrong button or phone died or whatever reason you vanished?
I don't know. I was going to introduce you in Operation Project Die Hard. I'm sure somebody stepped in there and said that.
No, nobody did. But hey,
shout out you should.
Hey, look. I'm going to talk to Shed when he gets there tomorrow because I do have some bigger news that we all need to hug around here. Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, it's nothing we can talk about online or even in the post show. Or I got to keep this close by right now.
Roger that, man.
Very cool. Very cool. Scotty, you got something coming up. Is that next weekend already?
Yes, it's this weekend coming up. is April 9th and 10th. And for those of y'all that don't know me or haven't seen me in forever, I've been running around and been crazy. But I am with Forgotten 22, and we are doing a Willing for Warriors event in Disney, Oklahoma this weekend. It's not a fundraiser or anything. It's let's get the family out there. Let's get some vets out there. Get out on some trails. Get around campfire. We're having barbecue. And it's not just for vets that have Jeeps. We have like 30 people from a Jeep club in Texas that has volunteered to come up and take veterans out that don't have Jeeps. They want these guys to come out and hang out with them and get out on the trails. At this moment, I still have quite a few open spots. So if you're hearing this and you want to come out and hang out with us, we've got free camping there. You just need to either bring a tent or we can try to figure something out. And there's cabins if you want to rent a cabin, but it's going to be a real good time. Chad is coming down. He's going to be with us that weekend. And I think Brian just needs to hop in the vehicle with him and come with us.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one.
Oklahoma?
Yep.
Scotty,
9th and
how can
10th?
people get hold of you if they want to, if they're interested?
I gotta say, yeah. How come I ain't seen nothing to put on my diehard page?
Oh no!
Oh shit!
I'm a horrible social media person. I'm good at motivating people and getting stuff done, but I'm not good at getting the technology part done. I have the event on our Facebook page. If you go and look up Forgotten 22 on Facebook, it does have a link to our event and has more information about it. I probably should have shared it a little better.
Hang on. I can find it. And I'll share it.
I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying.
Scott, you're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, look, it's
I can't be as squared away as Brian is. He's got it all put together.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. I take a snippet of time where you see me and it looks like I got everything together. Okay, that's it.
My problem is I had to do like 40 things at once.
Well, dude, that's just being an Army medic. You learn to do 40 things at once. You know, it's like that and combat lifesavers. When you got 20 of those running around, you better be able to keep tabs on them.
I do want to say shout out to all of our docs. All of our docs in any branch has kept us patched together. Sometimes gave us IVs so we can make it to morning PT.
Of course.
You know, the clubs in Germany don't close until 6 o'clock and PT formation 6:30. Stuff happens.
We started the IV clinic at 0100 in the medics rooms. Okay, that was Sunday at 01 or Monday at 01. Boom, 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 boom. It worked out. My medics got training, and my grunts got sober. But did you guys see the Friday at 5? Did you review it? I had Sergeant Big Country on. Man, this guy is just motivational.
I think it's good.
Yeah, lost a leg while going to get lunch for his troops. This was on Riley. Car accident, right? Lost a leg. Crushed the other one. It's all pins and stuff, right? But this guy just got accepted to go up to New York and participate in the Para Games so he can qualify to go to the Paralympics.
Cool. Is he still around the Riley area?
No, he's down West Virginia type area. But he is, I mean, just a phenomenal dude. When we get to the point, yeah, Scotty, some of the things I got to research now is our walking trails.
Yeah.
Because he goes, hey, can wheelchairs go down those? No, but they will.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
That's the big thing behind all this. When we're working with vets, we got to remember ADA. We got to make it accessible for everyone. From guys that have all their body parts, like you and I, or guys that
the building
quadriplegic.
The building is all ADA. Everybody goes, you only got to do 2 bathrooms. I said, if we're going to redo the whole building, we might as well just make everyone ADA.
Yep.
Right? Since we're doing it anyway, just do it. But I never thought about the weekend cabins that are down in the holler down there. I was like, okay, this is why I got smarter people around me. So when I got done with that, I sent out an email. Hey, y'all. But and then, you may think I got it all together, but no.
You want to hear a sad story, Brian?
I looked in the mirror. So.
Mark is officially like 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on how you drive away from me. He just didn't come see me. He didn't come give me any love.
Oh.
Wow. All the way from Minnesota down here. He's just an hour away.
I drove 8 hours. Why couldn't you drive? I drove the 8 hours. Why couldn't you drive the 40? The 40 minutes.
Well, that's a good argument.
Hey, good question.
That is a good argument.
Good question.
Well, hey, I've already traveled 1,500 miles on this trip, and I'm still coming to see both of y'all.
And we appreciate it. Now, I had a talk with a guy. I had to sell my bike, but it's riding season down here. And all the rides are starting to populate. And I had to talk to a guy, and I love it. The atypical, I'm a biker. Yeah, no. I said, you got your Iron Butt Award? He goes, what's that? I said, 1,000 miles in a day on a bike. Did it, got it. Fort Riley to Meadville, Pennsylvania in November. Grandfather had a heart attack, and all I had was a Sporty to get there. You ever seen a popsicle on 2 wheels?
You look like Dumb and Dumber when they were frozen together.
Yeah, but I had all my leathers, my chat, I had everything bundled as much as I could. But every time I stopped, when I stood up, you could hear it. Everybody goes, you're nuts. I'm like, no. My grandfather had a heart attack. He's in the hospital. I'm going. And that's the only way I could get there. So, but yeah, it's that riding season. So I got to just do a shout out, people. Motorcycles are everywhere. Keep an eye out for them.
Yeah.
And if you're going to mow your grass, get it out of the road. This is the shirt I'm wearing. This is a guy named Drip. He died in a wreck a couple years ago because an idiot was mowing his grass and blew all the grass onto the road, right on a corner. So Drip came around the corner, hit that grass, and right off into a big tree, and he died, left a little girl behind.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's something that please, everybody just look out for motorcycles. I may not be on one this year, but a lot of my brothers and sisters are, so.
You don't really think about it when you're cutting grass or anything. You're not thinking about that guy on the bike, but that stuff turns it into freaking ice, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got a gravel road that's backing up to a blacktop, Do not spin your tires and get all that gravel out on the road or anything.
Oh yeah, and if you do, sweep it up, man. Clean up your mess. I've seen too many bikes go down in my life on just a little gravel spot, maybe that big. Boom, front wheel kicks out, and then it's over with.
My husband rode bike, and so I totally see all the points.
Yeah.
They need, so when I see them on the road, man, I'm just careful.
And you don't always see them in your mirror either.
Nope. They move faster than you can see.
Yeah. So double check when you make lane changes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I rode Harleys with baffles out, and if you couldn't see me, you're gonna hear me.
Way to go.
You know, everybody's like, huh? I said, that's why we have loud bikes.
Yeah.
If you don't see us, you're gonna hear us. And more than once that I dump the clutch and hit the accelerator to let people know, hey, hi, we're here.
So what
are you doing out in that area, Mark?
He's
Mark.
looks like he's frozen.
Well, my son is at Fort Riley, and so we came down to visit him, and we love to pay it forward to those that are serving. So we do a big feed when we're here. I should have invited the Joneses over here to cook for them, but they're busy all weekend. Real quick, Chloe wanted to make sure we remembered Angelina. If I wasn't on here when you guys mentioned Angelina, who came on and sang the national anthem, was amazing. So we want to remember Angelina this week as well. Yeah. So I'm just down here visiting. We stopped in at the property here on the Tuttle Creek Reservoir to have a conversation with the owner. The owner wasn't there, so that's too bad. We'll keep knocking that door, but
the Tuttle Creek Reservoir.
I don't know how well this will. Yep. We got. We're sitting on it right now, and the boys were down kayaking earlier today, and this thing is about 50 miles long, and we're right about in the middle of it right now.
Duck and goose heaven too.
Yep. I used to go all the way down to the end to the dam, and I used to fish there when I was stationed at Riley.
Oh, he disappeared again. Well, he will tell you, Brian, that's where he's pretty darn determined to pick up that piece of land, and then we can use it for hunting, fishing, and there's a big house out there as well. So.
Oh, you look good. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. You could be our fishing guide then, maybe.
No, not me, man. That was well, okay, so I used to fish there. Down at the dam on that reservoir, they got catfish down there. And I'm talking catfish that weigh 300-400 pounds. Right? They just sit down there at the intakes of the dam, and that's all they just, boom. That's it. They just get huge. So growing up on the West Coast, I had my dad send me a couple of our Pacific Ocean, my rigs from fishing in the Pacific Ocean. So we hooked up a little thing in the back of the pickup, casted it down there, and we pulled a 200-pound catfish out.
Nice.
No, you don't eat them, but at that size.
Mr. Thomas was here with us. He's saying Happy Easter. He's overseas right now as a fister. And he was with us just in this last July and came and hung out with us and ate some steaks and stuff here. Good to see you, Thomas. And there's a room full of your dudes here about 20 feet away here. I don't know if they're participating in this tonight or not. They were playing spades last time I checked. But
wait a minute. They're at a retreat for the weekend and they're playing spades. That guy.
Can you explain to those of us that don't know that exact term or might be layman, what is a fister?
What?
Well, it all depends in what context you're taking it.
Mark?
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Oh boy.
I'm glad you
Fire
brought that one up,
support
Scotty, because I
team.
already did that once.
And does it
Fire
involve KY or not?
What's that?
Fire support team. And it's kind of funny because their symbol is a fist that has a lightning bolt in it. Yep, Thomas is saying, got to show some love from Korea. Marcus, it's awesome, man. And thank you for being here. And we love you to death. Be safe over there in Korea and make sure that you're taking care of yourself too, buddy. Part of the family, 100%. Yeah, a Fister is a 13 Fox, and they are the ones that call in the artillery. Back when I was in, we didn't have self-propelled. Now it's all self-propelled, and sometimes they're lasing the target. Sometimes they're giving coordinates. They'll set up the time on target. They'll do the fire for effects. They're the guys that are out there in front with the infantry, making sure the artillery is hitting their targets.
Forward observers.
Okay, in layman's terms, to all the civilians out there, these are the guys that hang out with us up there on the front line, and when we really need to blow something up, we holler, "Mark, get that!" And then he does all of his magic, and then the big guns shoot from way, way back, and we take things out. Okay? There you go. You're talking fire for effect and stuff. Civilians don't understand that. I do, but, Andrea has no clue what fire for effect means.
That means you hit and let's keep blowing it up.
That's like everybody, and when Mark comes back on, he can understand this. We use radios up at the fob. And one of the fastest ways you can get on my bad side is use the word repeat on the radio. No. No, Mark as a fister understands that when the artillery hears the word repeat, they're going to fire that mission over again. So whether you're standing where that mission's supposed to fall or not, that's just one of the worst things on the radio that gets my crawl when we're using the radios up at the fob. It is. It's just, it just sends chills down my spine just because I know what the devastation can be when that word is said over an open frequency.
What else you got for us, Andrea?
Yeah, what else? Come on, bring it.
Well, I have a song that I wanted to play. It's it kind of reminded me of it when you guys were talking about the fishing, the hunting, the kayaking, the nice view Mark has got out there behind him. This is one of my friends, Stephen John, and his song "Life Is Good."
I've got 40 hours of paycheck, the pocket of these jeans. Got these Jensen's cranking George Strait circa 1993. Got the windows down and my arm laid up on the back of this bench seat. Now I'm headed toward the drive, the sweet little Cajun queen. Life is good, got that sun shining down on me. Life is good, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo, nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good, yeah, life is good. shoulder. Baby, can I have this dance? Truck doors open, she moves closer. We sway to die, happy man. Her head on my chest, my hand on her hips, honeysuckle floating on the breeze. Hope these cars flying by don't pay us no mind, 'cause I don't ever wanna leave. Life is good, got that sun shining down on me. Life is good, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo, nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good, yeah, life is good. About nothing, well, I ain't worried about a thing. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about a thing. Life is good, got this sun shining down on me. Life is good, I'd rather be. Got my troubles in the rear view, Corona in the igloo, nothing's gonna get to me. Life is good, yeah, life is good. Yeah, but life is good.
Like this.
Amen to that.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, there went Mark again.
Yep.
I got to piggyback off of that. Following up that awesome song, and with it being a holiday weekend, life is good. There sometimes we get to a point in life that it might not seem like it is, but there's us out here. Me with Forgotten 22, Brian with Project Die Hard, Andrea, Shad, and Mark with People's Patriot Project. We are here to help someone if you're in that situation. If you feel like there's nothing you can do, life isn't getting any better, reach out to us, because there's things we can do. We can help, because life is good. Life is great. And suicide is a temporary fix, a permanent fix to a temporary problem.
So true. So true.
You're only passing your suffering on to your family.
Mhm.
And that's and it's something that we can help with. We can do what needs to be done to try to get you past that point to where you think life isn't good. Life is great. We are here, and we will do whatever we can to help you. So definitely reach out to any of us on this screen or any veteran organization. We are definitely here. You can
I got a caveat to your caveat. I put it on ours.
Go ahead.
It's Easter, right? He has risen. So can you, brothers and sisters. Just that simple. You can rise above everything that's going on in your life. You're right. Suicide is a permanent fix to a temporary problem, brother. Speak it loud. And that's what we are here for. This whole screen, right? This is it. As Mark says, we are the boots on the ground. We don't just do lip service. Okay? We are boots on the ground. We're going to do something. He's getting out of his vehicle.
I want to add to that as well, you guys, because we need those of you who are connected to somebody you might be worried about as well. Sometimes they, meaning the one who is at that stage, they aren't going to make the call. They aren't going to ask for help.
No.
We aren't going to come flying in. by any means at all, but we have the reach to help them. A conversation I had with our one of our lead policemen here in town, he just looked at me and he's like, I'm sorry, your ideas are great. Your wants, your building, your facility, it's all great. But I'm not calling you when I'm in trouble because I live right here and there's that stigma. And I said, no, you know what? I hope you don't have to call me because I hope your buddy is on the force. Call me and say, hey, so-and-so's not doing so well. And I will call you and I'll say, hey, pack your stuff. We're going to go hunting for the weekend. We're going to run down in Kansas to the property, do some fishing, and nobody needs to know any different. And while we're on our way, we'll have that conversation. And he may not even know, or she may not even know the why for the reach out. So just anybody, let us know.
Yeah. And again, we're in the same boat down here. Because I got a veteran that he reached out to somebody way on the other side of the country. And I'm like, brother, we're right here. He goes, yeah, but I know you.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. What does that mean? I go, brother, you know I take flack for not putting people's business out there on the web. Okay?
Right.
You know, you need to talk. Dude, coffee pot's always on. Okay? That's it. Just talk.
Yep.
That
I don't know
song.
if you can show this up or not, Andrea. I don't know how hard it is for you to do that. But the Veteran Crisis Hotline, the phone number is 1-800-273-8255, and press number 1 as hard as you can. Sorry, Mark.
Oops.
No, you're
Go
good.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Veteran Crisis Line.
Yep.
If they need to talk, just to talk, peer to peer. Let me pull it up because they're on our website. I don't have the number memorized. I have it in my phone.
As Shad is sitting there with one of the amazing gifts of life, and life is good. That just seeing the smiles and seeing the pieces there.
If they just need to talk, and I mean just talk.
Okay, ready.
Vets for Warriors. 1-855-838-8255. This is not the crisis line. This is, they just need to get something off their chest. They just need to talk.
Vets for
Warriors. These guys are up in New England. They're out of a big college up there. These are all veterans that have seen combat that answer these phones. Okay, so if they're not counselors, they're not the crisis line. So if you're in crisis, call the crisis line. But before you get to crisis and you just need to chat, that's what these guys do. That's why we partnered with them, because that way there we don't got to have a phone bank.
Right.
Again, that working together stuff, it's an amazing thing.
That is the good stuff. So Mark alluded to this earlier, and I'm going to speak for Mark right now, but we've been dying to share this with all of you. First of all, and I thought maybe Susie would be on here tonight, but Susie got the wheels rolling on this Disney connection for us, and I followed through early last week. Maybe a little pushy, but I got in touch with somebody and we were able to secure. So we have our veteran up here who's suffering. He's suffering day in and day out. He doesn't eat. He doesn't have an esophagus. He's in Minnesota here, and he's got 2 little kids, and they went ahead and booked a Disney trip because this will be a last summer. It'll be a last, who knows what will be the last day. And so they're dying to get him to be our guest dinner. And and Star Wars at Disney, and there's no tickets. She has tried and tried and tried and tried. So with Susie's connection and my persuasive ways, we secured tickets to the Be Our Guest dinner, and it was really cool because I was able to get the mom's itinerary number, and so my connection, Amy, down at Disney, she just went ahead and booked their dinner right into their itinerary for one of the nights that they had dinner. Excuse me. So that was like the very first awesome thing that happened this week. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. And then second awesome thing, same day. I'm so excited. I'm going to cough. Mark and I, we filled out some grant paperwork. Very last minute, very hurry up and do this. Very much suggested from a friend, Mr. Adam Bird. Very much not really knowing. We weren't prepared. So we're like, oh my gosh, we're on the screen share thing all night. Excuse me 1 second.
So Adam Bird calls us and says, "Hey guys, you need to fill out this." And I said, "Okay, we'll do it." And we're ready. We're set up. We got our paperwork. All things are ready to go. Everyone wants a little bit of different kind of format when they want their grants written and stuff. And me and no one on my team will claim that we are proficient grant writers, but we can go through the paperwork and fill out the boxes and fill out the lines and everything. And how you feeling there, Andrea?
Oh, much better. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. So we did that. To tell you the truth, I almost forgot that we did it. It was maybe a month ago. So after I'm walking on air because of the Disney call and calling everybody and then letting the family know, we were hoping to have some video of the announcement to the Disney family, but it didn't work out. We'll share their stories later, and they said they'd take pictures. So I don't think we can share how we found out initially. It was kind of a secret, but I'm down in Florida, right? Just getting some sun and reading a book actually, and whatever. And you always get phone calls, right? Because your car warranty is expiring and the IRS is knocking on your door to put you in jail. And so I didn't want to answer this phone call in California. So I answer it, and Andrea of the Helen and Jose Colton Foundation wants to let me know that we've been granted a sizable chunk of money. Not sizable enough to buy the property down where Mark is staying, near where he's staying right now, but a big chunk that will allow us we're going to get some stuff done. And that's going to move us closer to being able to reach farther and help more and continue this Christmas mission that we have, everything. And so you guys, they freaked us out. We're like, how do we fill this out? And they're like, just whatever dollar amount you think you need. And I'm like, well, we need like 5 million. We're not putting that dollar. So I think we put we justified what we put in there, but we got some. So we requested an amount just to help us continue to accommodate the need for a part of our mission called Lighten the Load. And we referred to that. And it allows us to be boots on the ground, providing the needs and resources for those who are struggling due to their disabilities or the socio-emotional conflict related to their service. Many times our interaction is just a contact, but other times there's a significant need, some emergency housing, vehicle repair, some medical rehabilitation, which we don't do, but we get you there. Sometimes you need a Christmas tree put up. So whatever we can do to help lighten the load so you can move forward, and then that investment is just going to help us keep moving forward, you guys. It was so rejuvenating to just be, okay, so she was a single mom, and she said, you talked about the family aspect. Maybe someone needs daycare. Maybe someone needs a car. She said, I know how that is. When I'm trying to, I got to call a family or a friend to help me out in those minutes. And if you're somewhere where you don't have that contact, well, these people can come to you. So it bless my heart. And ironically, she works for Disney Credit. So that day was full of, I don't want to build Disney up, but we're friends now. So they do quarterly. And so they're just going to keep rolling us into their board meetings. And that is so super exciting. I consider them friends already. It was her aunt. And so the family gets together and decides who they should give that to. So that was a big piece. And then our third bright light is our brewery cards. And Mark, you can tell about them, but I'm going to say, here's our breweries. We have 10 breweries. We have 56 Brewing in Minneapolis on Columbia Avenue. We have Bent Brewstillery on Terrace Drive in Roseville. We have Big Wood Brewery in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. We have Birches on the Lake on Wayzata Boulevard in Long Lake, Minnesota. We have Invictus Brewing in Blaine with, what's the restaurant? Tipsy Steer?
Gypsy Steer.
Gypsy Steer, so you get some good food with that too. Then we have La Doña Cerveceria, and that's on Fremont Avenue in North Minneapolis. I would suggest checking that out. That's a bucket list stop. Their beer is amazing. Rustic Brewing is in Monticello. Roma Restaurant and Brewery features your Italian foods with a huge variety of their beers and a lot of beers around the Twin Cities area. Sisyphus Brewing, the name, Tammy, do you know the Sisyphus story?
No, I never heard that.
Oh my gosh. It's the guy who rolls the rock up the hill.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like 1 foot every day, and then it rolls backwards too, and then he gets up and he does it. So Sisyphus, power to you, Sam, at Sisyphus. And that's what Sam did during the old lockdowns around here, is he just kept pushing that rock up the hill, and they're still open with us. So that's in Minneapolis. Very cool little brewery. Actually, big brewery. And then Torg Brewery, who we've been friends with for a long time. Dave over there just finally had enough time to visit with us about it. And he is in Spring Lake Park, Minnesota. That's our 10 breweries. I put up here, you can go to our website. It's on the front page of our website to go there. Mark, I'm going to let you talk a little bit.
So the exciting piece is that many of these breweries are related to or associated with veterans as well. Rustic has a son in the service. La Doña is a former Marine. Torg is, I want to say he was Navy. Maybe he was Army. And we meet so many people, I can't remember all the affiliations all the time. But the one in Blaine, Invictus is ran by firefighters. These guys and gals are just extremely excited to help support veterans and first responders. And Big Wood out in White Bear Lake, they're like, what more can we do? What more can we do? What more can we do? And I'm like, let us catch up here. We will we will get all the pieces put in place. Thank you. We want to do a huge shout out to all these breweries right now. We're looking at putting together 5 separate cards. That's 50 breweries in the state of Minnesota. We teased last week with Feed Your Heroes Foundation down in Georgia and talked about setting up a card down there. If you're willing to be part of this and you want to support veterans and first responders, we will help you, give you the tools that you need to put this in place and get it rolling. It does take some work, but we will help you put those tools into place. And you know what? We can we understand also the struggle with alcohol as well, but we can't shy and run away from every opportunity, especially when you've got people that want to help support veterans and first responders. Here's my promise and commitment to you. If you want us to have zero alcohol involvement in the organization of the People's Patriot Project, come on board and fund it. We'll take care of you, and we'll kick that out the door as well. So, again, we don't talk politics again in our whole thing, and this is just those pieces. We definitely will at our sites make sure that we're accommodating our veterans that have that struggle, and we have that conversation openly. I'm going through the process right now. Not saying I have a problem with alcohol, but I haven't I haven't drank for over a month now, and I'm not planning on drinking in the near future just because it's part of that being stronger and not talking to the small guy. And I made my own thing up. It actually bounces off kind of the 75 hard, but I made my own thing where I'm just looking to be healthier, commit to the good thoughts, commit to it as it's a good day, beautiful day. Life is good. That's the holistic process. I mean, we've had. I know I'm off subject on the subject, but we've had some of our amazing guests come on and talk about hallucinogenic therapies. We've had some come on and talk about hypnotherapy. I don't necessarily buy into those things, but that's not for me to decipher. That there's a tool for anyone that needs or wants to use an alternative method to try and conquer their demons. That's why we are here. Again, it's awesome having Brian here. It's awesome having Shad here. It's awesome having Scott here. Tammy's a huge supporter. I don't know. Andrew does a great job not being very graphic with some of one of our veterans that we're supporting right now is going to be dead by June. We want to help their family. That's what we're doing. He's committed his life to serving America, and he's going to die because of that service. I'm a little bit more gruffer about it, and this family needs us right now, and we're going to be there for him. Brian has a commitment and some amazing stories and news of how his business is thriving down in Southern Illinois at Fob Rush. Scotty's got some amazing stories of where he's going and what they're doing in the camp that they're going to facilitate in Kansas. Is that in Missouri? Scotty?
No, Kansas.
That's in Kansas. Okay. Close to the Missouri border, though, right?
No, nowhere near it.
Oh, okay. Well, good thing I got my geography down. So
40 minutes.
You teach what?
Not geography.
That's why it's 2 hours. It was 2 hours to you.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah. So, no, we're going to do this thing. And, here's my special gift. And I don't know if you want to call it a gift. I want to put you to work. We need boots on the ground. We need volunteers to come in. Here's the cool thing about our punch cards. If you buy 5 of them, yes, that's $100. 5. If you buy 5 of them, I'm going to give you another one to go out and sell. You get to keep the one for yourself, and you go sell the 5 others so that we don't have to sit here for ourselves as an organization going selling cards. We're answering phone calls. We're building web pages. We're putting together programming. We're putting together posts. We're doing all this stuff. I'll take the time. Trust me. My family is very well aware when I'm not around because I'm chasing this amazing opportunity to serve and take care of our veterans and first responders. They know when I'm not around, and I'm not complaining about that 1 second. I get excited. It's a high for me. It's a rush. It is amazing when you get a phone call and you have a brother on the other side of the line saying, your words, your commitment to this saved my life. That is amazing.
Yeah.
The round circle conversations we've had, Mr. Stephen, I want to say Stephen Paul. I keep messing that up. My son's name is Stephen Paul, so that's why I say that. But Stephen John, I just talked to him this week. Again, I met with a Gold Star family and the worst times of their life. And we did a tribute on our podcast with Stephen John on it. And he sings Life is Good. I was scared to death on how that was going to be received. And the father, I'll get through it. The father sat and bawled. And he said, life is good.
Yeah.
During one of the worst times of his life. And he sat and listened to that song for another 12 times. And I had to share that with Stephen John. And we had a moment this week. And he's like, these are the stories that help me do my craft. Thank you for sharing that. And Stephen John's a beast. If you haven't heard him and his albums, get on there. Stephen John, he is also known as Stephen Simon, Simon, from Louisiana. And he's in Nashville right now.
Yeah, it's Stephen John Music on Facebook and
Right.
Instagram. Yep.
Yep. So, I'm probably sure I'm spilling a lot more than Andrea wanted me to for the moment, but that's what we got, and we have zero problems covering our. Shad's got to go. Talk to you later, buddy.
Bye, Shad.
We have zero problems covering our 1 hour commitment of making sure we're here for our brothers and sisters across the country. Thank you, Scotty, for coming on tonight. Thank you, Brian, for coming on tonight. Tammy, thank you for coming on. Andrea ran this show pretty much single-handedly this time, and thank you, Andrea, for all the amazing work you do. It gives me a chance that I can come down and see my dude and know that all the work is in good hands, and I appreciate that. And you know what? Life is good, man.
It is.
Sitting here looking over this beautiful lake and just knowing that we're moving forward. And Brian's got great stories. You guys don't get to hear our conversations of frustration when we're not getting to do exactly what we think we should be doing. And I guess that's a conversation we should probably have with the big man upstairs as well, because he's actually the one in control.
Always, okay. Always. Everybody goes, dude, you don't freak out. I'm like, why would I? I told you, I don't run this thing. God does. I just take my marching orders and go.
Yep.
Before we close out, Mark, can you explain to some of us that might not know how does the brewery cards work? Is it a buy 5 get 1 free, or
yeah.
What exactly are these cards?
Absolutely. So what you get for $20 is you get a card. You get the card that I'm going to show you right now. When you get this card, there are the 10 logos of the brewery at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You walk into their brewery and you order a beer and you pay for that beer. The $20 is getting you a buy one, get one free in every one of these breweries, all 10 of them.
Okay.
So those that are probably familiar with the brewery world, you're going to get a handcraft brew that costs roughly $6 to $12. That's the range that I have found. So you for your $20, you go to 3 bars. You've covered the cost of the card already, and we're giving you 10. That's going to be the equivalent of $60 value to $120 value. So that's how it works. Thanks for asking that, Scotty.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, very good. Okay, well, on that, I do gotta do a couple of emails and stuff, but Mark, Andrea, Scott, I will talk with Shad. I might be out there, Scott. I'm looking at my calendar right now.
It'd be cool to have you if you have.
Yeah. But I'll do my best. I can't promise anything. I just got a reminder I got something to do, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did book that 6 months ago.
All right. Bye, Brian.
Bye, y'all.
Andrea, you got anything else? I mean, we are over, but I'd like to end on another one of our good songs.
I would love to. Do you have one in mind, or do you want me to?
I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Dave Bowie, Survivor.
I just happened to that was one of the 2 I was thinking about.
What was the one? What was the other one you were there? Or should we just keep that quiet and play it next time?
Yeah, I'll share it with you next time.
All right.
Survivor.
Awesome.
Perfect. Are we closing out with this then?
Let's close out. Remember, we got your 6 at 6 every Sunday at 1800 Central Standard Time. We will be back to our normal format next Sunday with guests and musicians. We'll have those posted by Tuesday. Thank you, everyone, for being here, supporting us, and being part of this amazing mission. I get to say it's amazing because I get to see the life that we change on the daily. And Adam Jones is also, he says, get the Dave Bray on there. So again, everyone, thank you for being part of it, and thank you for supporting the People's Patriot Project.
Thank you.
Patriot Pride.
No, I never heard the shots that took your life away. And the only thing I wish is that I had the chance to say I love you one more time before you left this place. 'Cause in the blink of an eye, one moment in time, you were gone. No, I'll never look into your eyes again. Left with only pictures and the memories that we shared together. And they help to ease the pain. 'Cause in the blink of an eye, one moment in time, you were gone. But I'll tell you a story. I'll scream out your name. I'll always remember you. 'Cause I didn't know I'd remain. No blink of an eye or a moment in time could ever erase you. Never erase you. No, I never heard the shots that took your life away. Made me the survivor